Good evening, everyone. Normally during summer, baseball and softball are the sports of choice, but yesterday was all about basketball. To southeastern Negaunee, we go for a 3-on-3 basketball tournament simply called the Buffalo Road Invitational, and it comes from being on Buffalo Road. 8 teams, almost all Negaunee grads, on each battle and have fun in this event. You'll quickly notice that the court has divots and slopes to the right, and the baskets are short of 10 feet and very crooked. Fashion statements were not required, but certainly helped the cause. Experience levels of the players range from barely to former varsity status. The first basket of the tournament was scored by former Miners player, current tennis coach, and nearby Buffalo Road resident Kyle Sari. He almost is overqualified. You could find very good defense on display. Sweet pass from Eric Ludlam to Ben Luke, but Tony Nault says, not on my watch with this rejection. By far the best game of the opening round had R2 Lamberg against Buds wearing white. It wasn't looking good for R2 Lamberg as Buds jumped out to a 10-4 lead, but one of the future Buffalo Road legends went to work. Stephen Ludlam channeled his inner Carmelo Anthony and delivered 3 straight 2-pointers from beyond half court, tied the contest, and then this fantastic finish. Ludlam scored 11 of his team's 12 points in the 12-10 victory, and now a word from the commissioner.
When they signed up, they weren't on a team, and then we drafted teams after that. So we did a random drawing with a Plinko board with a puck that went down, and whichever slot you landed in, that's what team you're on. It worked out really well. The teams are pretty even. Games go up to 11, win by 2. In the finals, it'll be a 3-game series, with the first games being up to 11. If the game 3 happens, that one's up to 15.
The commissioner's team Buds climbed through the loser's bracket to reach the final against the Mercy Rule. Cole Francis knocked down the hoop for Buds, but the Mercy Rule showed no mercy when they made it to the finals in a 2-game sweep. And even though his team didn't reach it, Stephen Ludlam was the MVP. How about we head to Elgin, Illinois, as the Escanaba Big League softball team will be headed to the World Series. Here's Becca Puron. She got Escanaba going after a long rain delay, and she blasts this no-doubter over the fence and left for a solo shot to put Escanaba up 4-0, and she's going to knock down her whole team as well when she touches here. Escanaba, they go on to win this one 14-0. Good evening, everyone. The Superior Central football team made a move over the weekend to announce a new head coach for the 2016 season. The Cougars announced that Sam Eagleston will be the new varsity head coach for the 8-man football team coming up this fall. Eagleston will become only the 3rd head coach since the school started their program back in 2010. He served as the Cougars assistant coach for the past 2 seasons and was the assistant at Mid-Peninsula before that. Most recently, Eagleston was a member of the South coaching staff during the UP All-Star game as a defensive coach. The Delta County junior softball team looked to continue their run yesterday as they faced Poland, Ohio in the last pool play game of the Central Regional Tournament in South Holland, Illinois. Delta County would get up early in the 2nd inning. Georgia Leto with a grounder to 3rd, but a throwing error allows Gabby Salo to score from 2nd, and Leto gets to 2nd to put Delta County up 3-0. Still in the 2nd, and Sydney Hero came to play yesterday. She gets a base hit and an RBI. She was on base 4 times in the game. Delta County went up 4-0. On to the 4th inning, where Delta County brought 15 batters to the plate. Jasmine Clark had 2 of the hits and 3 of the RBIs in the inning. She drives in Hero here. Delta County scored 10 runs in the 4th. On to the Gabby Salo watch. She struck out 9 batters yesterday to bring her K total to 34 in the tournament. Delta County beats Poland 16-6 and will face the Nebraska State champs today in the quarterfinals. Well, the Escanaba Big League softball team found themselves on a familiar path in the Central Regional Tournament. A weather delay forced Escanaba into a later game, but after the rain lifted, Escanaba went to work. That was Becca Puron with a solo shot over the left field fence, and that made it 4-0 Escanaba. Later in the game, Katie Ross was helping her own cause. She smokes this pitch over the fence, and that would be a 3-run shot to put Escanaba up 14-0 as Katie Ross rounds 3rd and then makes it to the team, knocks him down. Then it's Katie on defense. This pitch blows past the batter for a strikeout. That ends the game. Escanaba goes on to win 14-0, and they win the Central Regional Tournament and will now travel to Delaware to face the West Region champions on Sunday.